recently purchased a Glowforge, and in this video I'm going to go over some of the stuff that I've learned. So I bought a Glowforge, thought I would make a video, answer some of the things that I had questions on, some of the things that I've learned, and some of the projects that I've made. So far, it's been a really good product. It comes in 3 flavors right now. It comes in a Pro, Plus, and Basic. The differences between the 3 are basically 45 watts of power for the Plus and the Pro, and 40 watts of power for the Basic. You also get a pass-through for the Pro, which allows you to make signs, as long as you want. The bed size is about 11 by 20. With the Pro, you could go as long as you want, really. You can just keep passing it through. So if you wanted to make technically a 6-foot sign, you could make a 6-foot sign, which is interesting. The cool thing about it is they've got a referral program, and I'll provide a link in the description below. I'll also provide a link in the description below for where I've kind of found these designs and some of the videos that I've watched on YouTube, which have been pretty cool. There's a guy out there named Troy the Maker, and he makes some pretty cool videos. His link will be in there as well. So out of the box, easy to set up. Had a little delay in when I got the product, but the customer service was top notch. So I reached out to them and they were on top of it. I think I got an email every day on a status update of what my shipment was going to be. So that was really good. Some of the things that I've printed have been from Thingiverse, which I'll also have that link in there. And there's the community itself. The community has free laser designs on the Glowforge community. They also tell you, you can ask questions of what's good to cut, what's not good to cut. Some things you don't want to cut with the laser. Off gases are really nasty. Vinyl, like records, I think it would be one of them. You don't want to cut records. It produces a pretty bad gas. They have a thing called After the Manual, which is pretty cool, which will help you determine cuts for non-grade materials. So to explain that a little bit more, you have proof grade and non-proof grade materials. Proof grade materials will be materials that you purchased from Glowforge. Non-proof grade materials are things that you want to just cut. So I've done some stuff with Red Heart. And the good news is it wasn't too hard for me to figure out. I just used the settings for walnut hardwood, which is a proof grade material that you can get from them, and it worked perfectly. So I will go over some of these designs that I have done. So I've done pendants, I've done coasters. This is the first thing I printed. And this is one of their things that they come out with that you can just print just to make sure everything's working correctly. And just did that off of draft board. Acrylic coasters. This design was from Glowforge. You can buy designs from them. You can get unlimited prints, or you can get a one-time print. The price will vary depending on what you're doing or the complexity of the design. And these came out really well. Different Star Wars characters. These designs that are on these coasters came from their beta. They have a beta right now where you can download images and think it up, search it. If it's there, you can download them and put them on your designs. At some point, I'm sure that's going to cost money, but right now it does not cost. It's part of a beta. They're testing it out, and you can try it, and it's pretty cool. Me and my daughter are big Harry Potter fans. They had a lot of Harry Potter stuff. This was not one of their designs, but I printed it out of walnut, and it turned out really well as a pendant. I've printed out various phone stands just to test them out, and they work really well. Boxes. This is Boxomatic. It's also an app that you can get on your iPhone or iPad. Boxomatic is pretty cool. You can design dividers, recesses, all sorts of stuff. I've made a ring box with it as well. So I make pins and I make rings, and this also allowed me to use the Glowforge to do ring blank out of Red Heart which turned out really well. That would be this ring right here. So I was able to cut that out precisely for my hammered tungsten blank that I put the ring, the red heart into, really well. This also was from Glowforge, and it's neat. So I can put my pins in there and display them. Rotates. Thingiverse for the rulers. And you got to be careful when you're doing cuts from like Etsy or Thingiverse, because sometimes they just give you the design, and sometimes the application thinks it's a cut when it's really a score or an engrave. So you want to double check that. I had a line going down the middle here that was supposed to be a score. It ended up doing a cut, and that's determined based off a color. Typically, if it's all red, then it's going to typically cut it. So if you have an SVG file, you want to make sure that you double check it before you print it. And you can ignore objects. So if, you know, that line that I saw there, I could have said ignore, which I ended up doing, and therefore you don't even see it. So the way that it kind of works is if it's red, it cuts. If it's blue, it engraves. Or if it's green, it scores. Or each object can be determined based in the Glowforge application how you'd want to do that. So you can ignore, cut, score different objects. And it allows you to change that as you need it, which is really nice. The other thing, though, you need to keep in mind is the Glowforge is all in the cloud. So if you don't have internet, you're not going to be able to use Glowforge. So keep that in mind as well. So as I do these videos, I am going to update and provide the information that I've learned and put the links that I've found that work. I'll also share things that I've printed and try to give everyone an idea of kind of some of the stuff that I do. If I run into problems, I'll also post that as well. And basically, this is my first video. So if you like it, please subscribe and like, and I will try to do more of these as time goes on. Thank you for your time.